joke in there that it sounded like.
Oh no.
That too though.
It was a proverb. No, I knew what you meant. I'm with you.
Oh, I appreciate it, man.
Am I the only one that didn't get in?
All right,
Oh,
I'll see you
Blake,
guys.
did you not get in? I see
Yeah, I'm like
Michael.
6th in different draft, unfortunately.
Ah, Blake, sorry. I can join that one too. You still got
No,
space?
it's already. No, it's
Yeah,
already.
do two
It's
drafts at
already
once while you're streaming again.
I pushed it right at 10's fold though, so I don't know how.
That was weird. They didn't want us to be great, Blake. You'll have to.
Yeah, it's all.
You'll have to let us know how it goes.
All right, y'all. I'll post a pic.
Let's see here. Shoot, I shouldn't have left the draft room. All right.
I got 4 more times this $3.20 max to have maxed out 4 different $3.20 maxes. So
Oh, nice,
I'm gonna do that
bro.
probably.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Let's see. Johnny got the first pick, huh?
Of course you did.
I've picked up my drafting pace over the past 2 days, and it's been like either 12 or 1 in probably, I don't know, 5 out of my past 6 drafts. So just happened to be 1 in this one.
Must be nice.
Not once you get towards, after the first pick, like that's fun, but then you kind of have to reach on guys because they won't be there by the time it gets back to you, and it just feels fun.
Yeah, picking at the turn sucks. In my opinion.
You guys got any
Yeah,
thoughts on
yeah.
picking Diggs over Kels?
Diggs over Kelsey? I mean, I think Kelsey's going way too early, but
Yeah, I've got Diggs ranked ahead of him too.
Okay,
I don't have a strong opinion on why. That's what I've been doing.
It's
Yeah,
Yeah, I've been taking Diggs over.
It's a positional thing for me. I mean, I think as I'm looking at it here, I do have Kelsey above Diggs, but I naturally just tended to go Diggs before Kelsey.
well, I mean, that's the right mindset because Kelsey's being drafted at his ceiling. You know what I mean? Like he's literally being drafted at his ceiling.
Yeah.
So if
it
he
feels
doesn't
that
hit his
way.
ceiling, which is like what he did last year, then it's a complete bust. But I mean, I took him. You know what's funny for the guys like the best ball achievements you have to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only thing I'm missing, the last 2 pieces I need to get all the achievements for quarterback, running back, receiver, and tight end was Kelsey and Mahomes. I didn't have a quarterback from the Chiefs. I
Oh,
didn't have a
no
tight
way.
end from the Chiefs. Swear to God.
You could have done Noah Gray for
I
the
know.
Chiefs.
But I just got Kelsey now, and I got Kelsey last night, but I still don't have a Mahomes share. And I have Mahomes in my dynasty leagues, and I love him. I'm just like not taking him like in the middle of the first or the second round. I mean, it's just way too early. I can get Josh Allen like 6 picks later. Like he falls to the end of the second, early third sometimes. I'm just like I'd rather take him. He was the QB2 last year, and then the last 2 years before that he was QB1, and he runs more than Mahomes. So I just don't know why. Why would you go for him?
I've seen Allen dropping, and then I've seen people in the past few days like posting like they'll get Diggs and then a second round pick and then Allen with a third. And every time that's happened to me recently, Allen goes like a pick before me, and I've gotten so close to saying something like, "I wish I could get in these freaking rooms."
Right.
And then it finally happened. My most recent draft, I got Diggs at 6, Pollard at like 18, and then Allen at 30. So that team is it's ready for a 12th out of 12th finish.
I was telling Tristan earlier, I did a fast draft of this same exact best ball tournament, but like right before we did our season long draft, and I got Chase at 3, and then it came back to me. I got Waddle, and then I got Olave, and then the person that got Jefferson, they took Jacobs, they took Taylor, Gibbs, and somebody else, like just like 4 straight running backs, and then there was 2 teams with 4 quarterbacks and a couple teams with 4 tight ends. So like the best quarterback available in like the 17th round was Josh Dobbs. So I only had Tua and Carr at quarterback just because how it went. But I loaded up on receivers. I think I took receivers. 7 of my first 10 picks were receivers. So kind of have to adapt, you know. How do I not take Chubb here? I need Mahomes for the achievement, dude.
I think my favorite place to take Mahomes is like when you have first pick and you get Jefferson, and then you can get like Mahomes and Higgins, like
Tristan,
at the turn.
Or do I take Chubb?
I'm taking. I will take Chubb if you don't, and then if you take him, then I'm going.
I feel like I have to take Chubb. Like, why does he fall
yeah.
that far?
Yeah, I would do the same thing.
Are you rap person?
I'm
Or
sorry.
person? What's your DraftKings username?
Rapper son.
It's my dad's account. I've just been like playing on it for years now, and I guess you can't like change ownership, so
I'm reporting you.
it's completely illegal.
I'm going to DraftKings support right now.
Yes, that's actually me, dude. It's kind of funny, like that. The profile picture, that's me in high school, like on the hockey rink.
So is it rapper son or
Yeah, so
rap person?
My dad's weird. It's rapper son. Like my dad's father passed when he was 70.
Uh-huh.
So my grandfather passed, and his nickname, my dad's nickname for him was rapper son because like he was the rapper, I guess. I don't know.
Oh,
it's
okay.
weird. It's just this thing, and it says it's his account, so he made it before I took over. So
Gotcha.
it's kind of weird, but you know.
Tell him to
Is
get in
what
our
it is.
Discord league.
He's actually my co-investor for this dynasty startup we just did.
Oh, is that right?
Superflex on FFPC, yeah.
Very cool.
I've had a really good turnout. I can actually read off my score. So you're familiar with Superflex, right? I know you don't really do Superflex, but you're familiar with how it like operates, right? Like quarterbacks are super valuable.
Yeah.
Or two. So this is Dynasty on FFPC. I trade up for Josh Allen. So I got Josh Allen, Gibbs, Stevenson. It's full PPR and tight ends get a point and a half. I got Garrett Wilson. I got Christian Kirk super late, like almost 10th round of a 12-team startup.
Wow, yeah, that's nice.
I got Kincaid. I got Deontay Johnson. I got Geno Smith and Stroud. I took Stroud early, but I want another quarterback to be safe. So I got Geno pretty late.
Is that on FFPC?
Yeah. I think you would like it, dude. Dynasty leagues are fun as fuck. And every league, every year you draft and it's just rookies. I don't know who to go with here.
I was pretty happy
like
that
Gibbs.
Ridley fell to me there. I mean, it's in the Millie draft, and he was going later
Ridley's
than
going
this
way too early
earlier.
for me. I'm good. I'd rather get Kirk.
Yeah,
No,
I haven't seen Ridley that low in a long time.
Yeah,
Like, I don't remember the last time I drafted him. It was probably like June.
yeah, same here. I haven't gotten him, but I'll take him at
Gibbs
the end
was
of,
going
or
like
mid
40.
third round there.
Like last month. Gibbs is going like 40. Like a
Yeah,
month or
Gibbs
two
has
ago.
gone way up.
Yeah, I haven't gotten him in a while. He's gone too low. Of course, I'm out here taking Andrews and Lamar at the turn, but I'm so fucking invested in Lamar that I've just accepted it, and I'm riding or dying with him,
Lamar.
and hopefully his
that's
stomach
one.
holds up a whole season.
You can get Herbert and Lawrence so late though that I almost like don't want to take those guys unless they fall a little bit.
I just think Lamar is the potential for him to have a
I mean,
return
Herbert-
to his MVP level plus some passing. So
I mean, Herbert, not last year, the year before, he went crazy. He was like QB 3 or something like that. You can get him as the last of those 5. I don't know. I like Herbert a lot. The value.
yeah, I do too. I've run into the problem of I will start with like Eckler and Allen or Eckler and Mike Williams. I actually have a shit ton of Williams, like a scary amount, and then inevitably some idiot takes Herbert ahead of ADP without any charger, and it's just like, all right, dude, you made a bad draft pick and fucked me over. Thanks, man.
That's the story of my life, dude. I was in a Terminator draft, an underdog. This guy had Mahomes, and so I was picking 11, right? Or 2, whatever it was. I was picking like 1 before the turn. He had Mahomes, so I didn't take Burrow because I had Chase and Higgins. But, like he had Mahomes, so I was like, okay, he's not going to take quarterback. Let me take a different position I need and then get Burrow after. And then he took Burrow. I think he did it to fuck with me, honestly. It was a slow draft.
Frustrating.
It wasn't even a fast draft. It's so frustrating. But I have
Yeah.
so much Chase Higgins, especially on DraftKings. It's kind of gross, honestly. Because Burrow's going so late. It's perfect. Burrow goes like 2 rounds later, so you can stack them so easily.
Yeah, it was hard to get him if you were drafting at the 1 or 2 with Chase, but then he got the calf injury that is not really going to impact him, and he dropped like exactly where you want to be.
Tristan, who do you want here? So I don't take him.
Oh, no, you're good, bro. Just
Or who are you
just
trying
go
to
for
stack?
it.
Wow, collusion! I'm really talking to DraftKings support now.
Who are you trying to stack?
I'm probably between Hopkins.
I'm thinking Hopkins. You don't have Henry, do you?
No, go ahead. Oh,
Oh, it just auto picked.
Absolutely fire. Look at that Colt.
That's incredibly unfortunate because he's not even at
Yeah.
the top of my rankings. I didn't have a queue set up though, so that's whatever.
If he's not your top, usually it takes your top ranked guy.
Yeah,
have
I mean, I have it sorted by ADP and
Oh,
ranked
then
in
it'll
most
yeah,
of it.
that's what it's gonna go by.
I mean, I clicked draft, but I think it was just like the slight delay between my computer and Wi-Fi.
yeah. Well,
That's
shoot. Sorry about
incredibly
that.
unfortunate.
But just for future reference, we don't have to do it that way. Just take who you want. I'll never be. I honestly don't even really like describing stuff as like snipes and stuff because everyone's probably got a reason for taking someone, and even if they don't, then that's probably better for you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Blake, are you still here, Blake?
Yeah, I'm still here.
How's your team coming along?
Pretty good. Here, let me check what I have. Just so I can recap for you. I have Diggs, Cup, Mike Williams, and Gibbs.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I'm trying to get Herbert here on the turn. I got the what do I have? The sixth. Wait, no. I don't really know. I think I had the seventh pick, sixth or seventh pick.
It's still taking me some getting used to hearing Cup being the second name listed for someone's team. I feel like that's probably smart to just buy the dip on him.
I felt like I was getting such great value, like taking him at 6 or 7 pretty much all off season. And then it's like, okay, now I'm gonna be like now I have negative value. Like, are you fucking kidding me? I have like
Yeah.
18% of this dude.
That's the worst. I think I'm going to go, as Blake was just talking about Herbert, I'm going with the Herbert Eckler stack here. Also, Nate, I saw that you were in our draft here. I gave you permission to or gave you the proper permissions to talk in this channel. I think you just have to press the push to talk button. I know.
He's
John.
been typing in the chat for the live stream.
Oh, gotcha.
So he said, like as Audi was saying that you're paying ceiling value for Kelsey, like he typed it out like at the exact same time.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, yeah, I have it pulled up now, so I can see it.
I just posted my team so far. If you wanted to see.
Yeah, let's check it out. Here's Blake's.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, same here. That's
I have
really
so
nice.
much Mike Williams. Like I've got him ranked in like 38, and it seems like no matter where I'm picking in that round, he's there. Like even if it's the mid 40s.
Yeah.
So I've got a ton of him recently.
Yeah, I just feel like they have so much upside.
Yeah, like third highest exposed player amount I have of him.
Nate, you may have to leave the chat and join right back up, as I just gave you the permissions while you were in here. But also my buddy too that hopped on late. Oh wait. Sorry. I think I got it now. Yeah, give it a test now. I think, oh wait, allows members. Oh my god, I had all the wrong stuff. Sorry. Oh, that's for it. Oh my god, I'm confusing myself bad here, and I'm on the clock. Who do we go? I think I'm going Kittle here. Oh wait, no, I could get. Oh, I was gonna press on Trevor Lawrence, but we'll take Kittle. Nate, is it working or no? You may have to push to talk, but if it's still saying permissions, then.
I'm good, actually.
Oh,
It's
perfect.
rough.
How
So
you
what's up,
doing,
guys?
Nate? Not too bad,
Not
dude.
too
How you
bad.
doing?
It's all right. I had a home league draft tonight, and I've had a couple beers, so I'm not promising the best results with this DK draft right now.
No, all
So-
good, all good. You should absolutely have a couple beers at your home league draft. Did you like how your team turned out?
No, hated it. I screwed it up pretty bad actually. In the fourth, I got sniped on Lamar, and once that happened, I panic picked and I picked Ramondre in the fourth, which isn't horrible value, but that's not. I was trying to do a hero RB build, and it screwed up everything.
Gotcha.
So, yeah.
Yeah, we just did our Discord league, and I wasn't thrilled with how mine turned out, but that's how it goes sometimes.
Yep.
I almost mentioned a few minutes ago that as talking about like people sniping you or whatever, they've got a reason. I've been getting frustrated because I draft Lamar so much that Zay Flowers keeps going like ahead of ADP right before I can get him in the 70s. And I was like, it's not really that important to say. And then who do I see that takes him ahead of ADP in the 60s before I can get to him? Our good friend Abby.
All right, so right here, guys, this has been like a problem with me for the last couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Like I want to pick Swift just based on talent, offensive line, all that stuff, and I don't like. So I'm going to pick Swift anyway. But I
RB
understand
at this
that.
point. So.
Yeah, I mean, I was doing a 0 RB build, but I feel like once I get to this point, like I look at Swift and it's just like this. This is a guy we were drafting round 2 last year. And there's a non-zero chance that Swift, just takes over that backfield at some point. But I don't know. It's just something I've been thinking about lately. So
it feels like to me the ceiling with an Eagles running back, at least right now, is probably what Miles Sanders did last year. And I don't remember off the top of my head what his finish was, but I want to say it was like middle RB2, maybe. I don't remember
probably.
exactly, but so I just kind of have shied away from it just because I feel like that's maybe the ceiling. He's probably more talented, but I just haven't wound up with much of him.
I don't have a ton of them.
them.
Yeah, I don't have a ton of them either. And like Eagles aren't going to pass to their backs for the most part. And then Hurts is obviously going to take all the TDs at the goal line, or a lot of them anyway. But at the same time, I just keep looking at it like this is a guy that talent-wise, is like a top, 12-ish running back. And it's like if you're doing a 0 RB build, like why not take him at that? I don't know. It's just something I've been thinking about lately.
Yeah, no, I'm in the same boat. He feels like, I have him ranked mid 80s, I want to say. So I just haven't been getting a lot of him because he usually goes before that. And the backfield does feel a little bit crowded, but also I don't have a ton of faith in Rashad Penny. So if he's not really in the picture, and then it's Swift does take the Sanders role, then I think that is where like you win out at his ADP. So it'll be really interesting to see how that backfield shakes out, because it feels like he kind of has the step ahead of everyone. And obviously Kenny Gainwell's been there for a long time. So yeah, I truthfully don't know. I don't have like a strong opinion on him. I don't have a lot, but I'm comfortable with the amount I do have. I will say in your build, Nate, the 0 RB build, it is interesting because he does feel like a guy that, if he does get a lot of touches in that offense, it could really work out. So as your RB1 and a 0 RB build, it's really interesting. And that's probably like the exact position I would take him in, and hope that he is is the Sanders role for that offense.
Agreed.
Yeah, the only 2 Eagles backs I've been taking are Swift and Gainwell.
Yeah, same here. I have very little Penny, very, very little. I've gotten more lately because he's dropped a little bit. I want to say he's like 135-ish on DraftKings, and he drops a little bit past that sometimes. So I have been getting a little bit more, but yeah, it was nice. Before this recent Gainwell jump, Gainwell was going, I'm not even sure, like 180s, I believe, and yeah, I was getting a ton of Gainwell then.
The other problem is like I'm sitting here at the queue looking at Khalil Herbert, at like an ADP of 90. And it's like, that's someone I was getting, 4 rounds later, probably
Yeah.
just a couple weeks ago, And it's
Yeah,
just,
the Herbert, that's way too high.
I
For me,
agree.
Herbert is. It's like what you want he's not going to catch passes, or he'll catch passes, but how many passes is Fields going to throw? Like 10 a game, and then Fields is the goal line back.
100%.
Like, there are a lot of rushing points available there, but is he going to be able to get the probably 70 to 75% of the touches he would need, in my opinion, to pay off a 90 ADP? I find that a little bit hard to see.
Yeah, I'm right with you guys. I think that preseason game for the Bears, the one where Fields had like 3 passes and 2 of them were screen passes that turned into long touchdowns.
Shitty passes that turned into touchdowns. Yeah, that's really indicative of how the season's going to go.
Yeah, I know that's where Herbert the jump came from, and I think DJ Moore, his ADP jumped a little bit too, and Fields.
DJ Moore is crazy. It's like if you're not taking him with Fields, like I get it if you're taking Fields more in that range, but if you take more on stack there, I just can't do it. Like even if he gets 50% target share, which is pretty unrealistic, that's like 7 targets a game. Like cool.
Yeah, the volume is just going to be a struggle. It's crazy too. I was looking last night because I had a friend ask me actually what I thought of DJ Moore, and I was looking at just overall passing numbers for NFL teams last year, and I didn't realize, I knew the Bears didn't pass very much. I didn't realize how much lower they were than the second team. I want to say they had 37 less attempts than the second closest team, which was Atlanta.
That's correct. Yeah, it's Atlanta and Chicago were the bottom 2 teams last year.
Uh-huh.
The most fascinating thing about those 2 teams, though, is historic. Like, just look at the last 5, 6, 7 years of pass rate, and they're such outliers that you have to believe that they're going to like positively regress and pass more. It seems inevitable. Both of those teams are going to pass more this year. How much more? I mean, maybe you get like an extra 5 to 6, pass attempts a game, but that can be a lot over the course of a season. So, but even then, it's they're not going to be, they're not going to be a top 3rd team, either one of them. So.
I remember having, the exact conversation with you, Nate, when you started saying that. I was like, I remember talking about this with him like a few weeks ago. I think I wound up on I think the Falcons have the better chance because Ritter was throwing, I think 5 or 6 more times per game than Mariota.
It's a short sample size, though. That's
I can still tend to see that. So I'm more likely to draft Drake London or Pitts than I am any Chicago receiver, actually.
So I agree with you, Johnny, because I think Atlanta's going to pass more for a couple of reasons. One, the offensive line is way better than Chicago's offensive line. And then if you look at the pass catching talent in Atlanta versus Chicago, Atlanta's top heavy with their pass catchers, but I mean, they have 2 talent wise of the best pass catchers in the NFL, like arguably. Right, they're young, but they're super good. So it's like, what does Chicago have? DJ Moore, right? Like, what is Darryl, Mooney? Like, what is Cole Kmet? Like, these are like they're good players, but they're not, premier pass catchers. So I think there's a non-zero chance that Atlanta goes up significantly versus Chicago, where I still think they're going to be a run-heavy team ultimately.
Yeah, I'm with you. It would be almost hard for them to not increase their pass rate. So I think for sure, expecting them to pass a lot more, is warranted. The thing is that even if you bump them up, 10, 15%, which is a lot, they're still going to be, bottom 3rd of the league, maybe even still bottom 5. So it's one of those things. It's a tough thing to sort of crack. But I'd agree with you, Nate, that you'd expect Chicago and Atlanta to throw the ball more than they did last season.
That was incredible comedy. I just want to say, Tristan like is like giving his like opinion, like all this backed up, and Audie's just in the background like, "Don't take Lazard." And Tristan didn't hear him, just take them anyway. And then I just hear, "Oh my god!"
I didn't hear him. Oh my god, I swear I didn't hear it. And not that I would have listened. Who knows what I would have done, but I didn't hear that. Oh, and because he has Cleveland, he probably wants the week 17 stack. Oh, I'm really sorry about that. The funny thing is too, I was between Dobbs, Lazard, and Myers. I was really struggling, and I don't even know why I went with Lazard. It's just I just did.
Aaron Rodgers still has a chokehold on you.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Sorry, Audi. He's pissed.
Listen, he managed to bring up Mizane Corpse and then my binky Corey Davis, as Nate likes to call him, who fucking could have played with Rodgers and it just like retires. Like I'm out here with 17% of the time. It's like first I was drafting Tim Patrick, as my like round 20 pick. Tears his Achilles. Then I'm drafting Russell Gage, tears Achilles or ACL, whatever, and then Corey Davis up and retires out of nowhere. So my new binky is like the Allen Robinson type. So that can only go well.
That's a tough pill to swallow too. Like I feel like the injuries are obviously they're not easy to handle, but they're easier. Like when a guy just retires like a couple weeks before the season, it's that it just kind of rubs you the wrong way.
So I have to be honest. I have one team out of 115 with Allen Lazard, and I feel like that's one too many. If I'm being honest.
I'm with you. I don't have very many Jets at all. Like I just see I don't have many of the passing part of the Jets. I have a lot of Hall, but I'm just worried about the pace with Rodgers and the defense being good, them not needing to be in shootouts. But
and Garrett Wilson and Tyler Conklin are going to have 55% of like the targets between the two of them. I honestly believe that. And then like Roy Cobb and Lazard will get like the stupid audible plays that no one cares about. Like I don't know. It's going to be Garrett Wilson like all day on that team. That's what it's going to be. He's going to be Devonta Adams on that team.
Yeah, no, I don't disagree. To be honest,
I have Allen Lazard. He's a steal. I just heard you say that.
I just want to make fun of Tristan Quick. So
no, I'm with you. I'd actually be curious to go. I'll look up my my exposure on Underdog where I have more drafts, but I'd be willing to bet that it's relatively low. So I am kind of in agreement with you. But I'd be curious, Nate, between those three guys that I listed, which was Lazard, Jacoby Myers, and Romeo Doubs or Dobbs, whatever your preference is. Do you have a strong preference between those guys?
Jacoby Myers.
Yeah.
Strong preference. Strong preference, Jacoby Myers, 100%. Like,
yeah.
I actually think Jacoby Myers is like a relatively talented NFL wide receiver, and now he's with a coach that is very familiar with him, and I just think he's gonna. And also, there's a non-zero chance Devonta Adams is traded at some point this season. I really believe that.
Yeah.
And then Jacoby Myers is their wide receiver one. So that's my theory there. I'm sticking with it.
And he was already winning games for the Raiders last year.
Thanks. Hey, he finally caught a touchdown in the NFL, so like it's all gravy from here.
Yeah, no, Nate. Honestly, that's a really, really good point that I hadn't considered. Honestly, and I did look it up. I do have more Lazard than Myers, which kind of surprised me because I have Myers one spot ahead of Lazard in my rankings. But it's one of those things where sometimes I get caught in the ADP trap, or maybe I shouldn't call it trap, but in a spot where these guys are right next to each other, and I can probably get the guy that's later ADP later on in more drafts, and so I kind of just tend to succumb to the market there. But yeah, I think gun to my head, I'd probably agree with you, and then even more so after the potential Adams trade, which which I think is, you're right, is it's definitely a non-zero chance, and if that happens, then Myers is just a steal this late.
He really is a target hog too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got 2 drafts total with Lazard and 17 with Myers.
Wow.
And 22 with Devontae Adams. So as long as he's getting a massive target share, I don't care where he's playing pretty much.
Yeah, I'm surprised at how much Lazard I have. I didn't realize. It doesn't feel like I click his name a lot, but obviously the numbers don't lie. I'm at just under 14%.
Let me
It's a
tell you
friendly
something.
space, so it's like subconsciously ingrained in you as a Packers fan.
Yeah, it could be. It could be.
I like taking your money, so that's fine. Just keep drafting Lazard. That's great.
I'm the Lazard king. Yeah, we'll see. Maybe the Hard Knocks is bleeding through to my drafts. Although he hasn't been featured much in Hard Knocks.
They haven't featured any wide receivers aside from Garrett Wilson in Hard Knocks, which is
Yeah.
I don't think any of them have personalities, though. Really.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
been
Yeah,
like,
they know where their bread is buttered.
It's like Aaron Rodgers is Urban Meyer and Garrett Wilson is Tim Tebow in that new Florida documentary. Like no one can say a bad thing about Rodgers there, and then same with Urban Meyer in that documentary. It was all roses.
I finished it, by the way. It was pretty bad. Like
Yeah.
it was like they glanced over like all the off the field stuff for like 20 minutes, I think in episode 3, and that was it basically.
Yeah, they painted the pretty picture for sure.
Yeah.
One Packer that I will say I have been drafting a lot of is Jaden Reed. I think Audi had asked me about him earlier. Let's see, and he did take Damian Harris right before me. That's who I was gonna go with. He's getting me back for the Lazard pick.
So there's someone,
I've got about 13% read.
I was gonna say
So
I just
there's-
got Dobbs, 18 picks behind ADP.
Nice.
Is
I
that
just
you, Blake?
drafted.
You got Dobbs,
I just-
18 picks?
Yeah, behind ADP.
Gotcha. Blake, were you able to get Herbert?
Yeah, I got Herbert
Nice.
and I got Everett.
Oh, that's right. We saw it. I saw it in the screenshot. That's right. I remember now. And sorry, Johnny, I cut you off there. What were you about to say?
That I just took Love and Musgraves and was like, didn't really think Reed would make it back to me, but then he started to get pretty close, and then he didn't. So thanks.
Sorry about that. That's on me. I'll take
It's not okay.
credit for that one. You almost went the triple Packer route there.
So there's a guy right now who's about 5 picks down according to ADP, who is like, I think suddenly very intriguing. Like we've seen Curtis Samuel like kind of like blow up in a couple weeks, and now we have an injured McLaurin, at least for now. And I feel like he's kind of going too late right now, especially like because there's a lot of hype behind the Redskins and this and that this year, and it's like, this guy had multiple 20-plus point weeks last year. I mean, I think they kind of faded as Jahan Dotson got like acclimated, but like he was a real thing last year, and he's like the fact that he's going this late, especially now that McLaurin's kind of a question mark, still kind of surprising to me a little. So
Yeah, I've been taking him more recently. When I've gotten Howell, I'll do that as like a backdoor stack. But I've been hesitant too because I drafted a fair amount of Howell when he was in like the 190s, and now all of a sudden he's up at 150. But I've kind of just accepted it and then taken some Samuel. Like if I get shut out at a backup quarterback.
Nate, I think I'm going to take him right here. I hope you weren't.
no.
holding
It was
out
more
for
just
him.
like a thinking out loud. Don't worry.
Yeah, I agree with you. Especially it feels like Jahan Dotson's ADP has risen, obviously off of the McLaurin news, but Samuel's hasn't really. So you think that if people are concerned about McLaurin, that Samuel's would also go up, but he seems to be holding strong. And around the 170 to 175 area.
And right now I'm staring at garbage and I have no idea who to pick. So I'm in a situation. Oh God.
It's not the worst. I hate when I don't know who to draft and it's you're up against the clock. That's the worst.
Like the round 9-10 range, and then this like 160 to 190. It's like no matter what I do, I always feel like I'm reaching or just taking. It just feels gross.
Yeah.
It's a cluster at this point.
Yeah. Audi, I didn't I'm sorry for taking Lazard. I didn't hear what you were saying.
No, you're good. I'm just trying to catch up from the Jonathan Taylor auto pick. So I've just been crushing receivers since too. I'm just like trying to make up ground.
Yeah,
You know?
I feel you.
I mean, I got Najee really late, which helps with Jonathan Taylor being out. 'Cause
Yeah.
I think I got Najee like 8 or 10 picks after ADP. So that helped a little bit, but
And he goes with your Seahawks for week 17.
yeah,
There you go.
that was huge to get that stack. I mean, JSN is going so outrageously late, and Zay Flowers going so outrageously early. And like, I took Zay Flowers. I don't have much of him, so I want to get some exposure to him. But I mean, I don't really like him at his ADP. But JSN's going like pick 90, 85. That's
Yeah, I've got a lot of JSN. I got a ton of Lockett, JSN, Geno stacks.
exactly.
I'm
I like it.
extremely
I mean,
invested in Seattle.
DK versus Lockett. Like, how do you argue Metcalf is a better value?
Like
I
God.
think Metcalf is fine. I think Lockett is just a value. I think Metcalf ran poor on touchdowns last year. He had either the most or like top 5 most red zone.
It's gonna be a run heavy
targets,
offense.
but-
Like, I think Metcalf's fine, yeah, but I mean, it's just you're kind of dropping him in ceiling, and I love Metcalf, but when you got Lockett and then you got JSN, and you got 2 top, upper echelon running backs, and the offensive line should take a step forward because I think they had 2 guys on the offensive line that were rookie first round picks last year. There's just a lot of recipe for a run first offense here, and obviously the primary targets are probably going to be Metcalf, but it's going to be spread offense. Like, they're not going to focus on one person. So I feel like I really like your assessment there on Lockett.
I think they
Yeah.
believe in Geno, and I think they're going to pass a lot more this year. And the way they drafted kind of showed that.
JSN's going like pick 90. That's a steal, dude. He's going to play
Yeah.
week 2? He might even play week 1.
I'm just all in on basically any Seattle. I have 24% Tyler Lockett, and much do I have? A disgusting amount, 17%. But that's my 3rd highest quarterback. So
I don't have my second tight end yet, but I'm going to keep waiting because I can get Mike Gesicki, who's going undrafted, which doesn't make any sense to me at all. But
that's because Hunter Henry is the superior tight end, buddy. They're paying him more money,
I
and
don't
he's from
wanna hear that
Arkansas,
ever
so they
again.
recognize that he's going to be on the field to block and run routes. He's going to
Oh,
fall into the end
man.
zone because that's what that boy does.
Oh, I really
You
wanted
know
Devin
Gesicki's
Singletary to
baby.
fall there.
So, as a Patriots fan, I'm going to tell you the real problem with Mike
You're a
Gesicki.
Patriots fan? Oh my god, bro. I'm muting
Oh, here we go. Cat's out of the bag.
Muted, yo. What? I
Let's
live in
hear-
New England. Do you live in New England or what?
I grew up in New England. I now live in New York.
Oh my god, dude.
which
I
is
live
New
here.
England light.
Your shit every
So,
day. God
but
damn.
the real problem with Gesicki is his skill set is kind of like
I watched
the
this
slot-
thing here for
the
5
slot
years. You don't
guy.
even know what his
he's
skill
like
set
the
is,
slot
man.
guy, the middle of the field guy, and now they have Juju.
He's
And
an elite pass catcher. He's literally the best pass catcher on your team. You can argue
well, that's
it,
not
but
saying
it's
much,
fact.
bud. So
I know, but I mean, it's still a fact. He's literally the
he's
best.
the he's
Wait,
the
they
world's
have
tallest
Kendrick
midget.
Bourne.
Mike Gesicki's going undrafted right now, and I will get him in the last round of every single draft I'm in.
I'm taking Hunter Henry just because I don't like this slander.
This isn't real life. He can block, which is great, but sweetie, this is DraftKings.
You know what though? At the goal line stances, when Ezekiel Elliott is lining up in the backfield, who do they have out there to block? Do they have
Everyone's
Hunter
looking
Henry,
for
or do they have
Jonathan
Gesicki, who can't save his life? And who's going to run routes in those situations, Gesicki or Hunter Henry? It's going to be
It
Hunter
doesn't
Henry.
matter because Mac Jones is throwing it to the corner on the other team.
What if they
So-
just have a Gronkowski Hernandez type year where they both just go off?
Where they kill a bunch of people.
Well, actually, that didn't happen because they didn't cover it in the Florida doc.
Yeah, not only that, they barely even
Dude,
mentioned Aaron
Dude, that
Hernandez.
Netflix series is fucking sick.
Yeah, we were
Urban
talking
Meyer
about, but
sucks.
they didn't really talk about any of the off the field stuff. It was a lot of just all rainbows and butterflies.
Yeah, I wish they would have talked about Urban Meyer faking a heart attack and faking his health issues.
Oh yeah, that's great. Yeah, my favorite thing. I was trying to explain it to my stepson. He was like, why do you hate this guy so much? I'm like, well, I'm pretty sure the reason he's considered a good coach is because everywhere he goes, he just buys players, and he couldn't do that in the NFL, and that's why he was
Like
horrible in the
draft
NFL.
with players. Like in real life.
Yeah, it turns out when you can't bully 18-year-olds into doing things for you,
Yeah.
it's kind of hard.
No, it actually seems like, I mean, from the documentary, it seems like he's a good coach, but you need to have like the right type of players that are like buying into his system though. Like it seemed like he was such a hard ass. If like you didn't have that mentality to adapt to like his system, like you were just down.
I feel like he wouldn't even be able to do that nowadays. Like kids aren't going to want to play there, especially
It's
with the transfer
2023, you
portal and
can't-
stuff like that. Like
Especially if you're in California.
yeah,
you
if they have well, hey, what are we saying about California now?
They cancel everything, don't they?
No, I'm just playing. But yeah, no, I feel like as soon as you have a practice like that, like the players aren't going to want to put up
Practice
with
like
that.
Yeah. I know.
They're gonna
He
be
wa- He was
gone.
ruckus, man. He was ruckus. Yo, Tristan, I got to get your take though, dude. There's some good tight ends that go so late, man.
Yeah,
They don't anymore.
Ertz, Gesicki, McBride, Noah Fant. Like, I'm just saying, like, there's some good value at tight end late. Like, I like to take one early and then just like grab a couple of these guys late. That's just me though. I mean, Gesicki, Ertz, and Fant, McBride, like those guys, almost going undrafted is
Yeah, I take a lot of tight ends late.
it's wild.
Not
Gesicki
Ertz and
is
Gesicki,
playing.
but everybody
Gesicki's
else.
gonna play week 1. And he's going to want to play against his former team in the Dolphins.
Guys, just so you know, week 17, Chicago Bears at Atlanta. Matt Collins is going to ball out, and Justin Fields is going to ball out, and my team's going to win $1 million. I'm sorry, guys. You guys can go back.
Crowd goes mild.
Nate, I will be so happy if that happens. I will be very.
That game
very
is
happy.
either ending like 10-6 or 50-48. I feel like there's no in between.
It's going to be like 2-3.
The
It's
two
gonna be-
teams with the lowest Pats race last year are now facing off in week 17. And the worst part is, if you look at my ownership rates, I'm all in on that game.
Yeah.
It's horrible, and I'm
Hey.
all in on it.
It's gonna be.
Jerome
it's gonna
Ford's
be
a
low.
great pick, man. He's going way too late. That's ridiculous. I couldn't take him because I have Chubb.
He had a Q tag. That means you have to drop him down rounds. You can't draft players with Q tags, man.
Claypool's an automatic buy for me every time. I mean, you look at the pedigree of the receivers around him. No one's even close to his talent or athleticism. I don't care if Fields throwing them. I know Fields a running back, but like Claypool, people shit on him all you want. But if you're getting him in the last round of the draft, that's a fucking deal.
Well,
He's
he's an
very
athletic
weird.
freak. Like
a
he's
big
super
body,
athletic.
dude. He's gonna catch touchdowns. He's gonna be the number 1 red zone threat. I promise you.
I actually pretty much agree with you, and I think like he's an
I grab him
athletic
every
freak.
time. It's
I
sad.
just don't-
I grabbed Gesicki and Claypool the last 2 rounds of my draft every time, and I don't have different exposure, but there's no one that has more upside and like less risk than them. You know what I mean?
Dude,
I
I
don't
think
know
a ton of Allen Robinson
It's
last
crazy.
pick.
Like Kyler Murray goes undrafted, and I get it. It's like, okay, maybe he won't play, but with these guys, you know they're going to play probably at least after week 2 or 3 at the latest. They'll probably play week 1. You know, they trade for Claypool for a reason, dude. He's a 2nd-round pick. They trade a 2nd.
That's where the money is, right? Those week 1 starters.
Those Deion Jacksons going 160. Yeah, I'm all set.
Oh
That's
yeah, dude.
insane. That's
His
insane.
his one big game was with Matt Ryan checking down to him 10 times, and now we think Anthony Richardson's going to throw it to him. Okay.
And that's just it. Anthony Richardson is not going to throw to him. Anthony Richardson's going to run in all the touchdowns.
He's
And
going to throw to a
everything.
running back.
Yeah, exactly. Like
Yeah, they're going to score one
Deion-
touchdown a game. First of all, it's going to be from Anthony Richardson, and then they're going to rotate between him,
Oh, you
Zach
suck.
Moss's one arm, and whatever the Evan Hull guy's name is.
Oh my God, there is nothing left at wide receiver. Holy
Dude, look
smoke.
at quarterbacks. I need a 3rd quarterback. I'm looking at Josh Dobbs right now.
Kendrick Bourne. Belichick,
Yeah, honestly,
Belichick prays to the blocking. Okay, that's
know what?
he's
Take
in.
Dobbs
He's
over
set.
Mayfield, right?
Damn, I did it, buddy. That was for you, Johnny.
Oh,
I just
Kendrick
did it.
Bourne,
Doing this
nice,
back,
nice.
We got so much Kendrick Bourne. He's got that
Well-
127-point game in his DraftKings log late in the season, so I'm just ready for that to repeat itself.
As someone that in this
Horrible
lineup has Diggs and Davis, I need Kendrick Bourne in Week 17, buddy. So
There you go.
let's do it.
Damn right you do.
You just need Atlanta, Chicago to go off, and then Kendrick Bourne, and it's $1 million in your pocket.
You need Mac Jones, Desmond Ritter, and Justin Fields to throw for a bunch of touchdowns in Week 17.
Dude, that's why I love Superflex, because you like have to contemplate like the difference in these quarterbacks and like kind of value them differently.
So, like, speaking of Deion Jackson,
Dude,
like right
awesome,
right
man.
now, the way that the ADPs are like, wouldn't you rather take Evan Hall, who's like more athletic, and going like in the
Evan
last
Hall's never
round?
played an actual NFL snap though, so you have to temper
Yeah,
it.
that's-
Any Colts running back.
Yeah.
There's like 4 of them we can mention, and then there's Jonathan Taylor. So I think the offense is going to be bad. There's not going to be any passing volume, and Anthony Richardson is
He is
likely
the
to take the running touchdowns. So,
Yeah.
in that last round, I don't know that there's any ceiling, and I also don't really know that
I
there's
think
floor. So.
touchdown. The word touchdown's ambitious because I don't know how many touchdowns they're going to get.
Well, I know that's what I said. They're going to
I'm
score
just
one a
kidding.
game, and it's going to be Richardson scoring it.
I'm just being a dick. No, I feel you.
There's still some upside on the board. You just got to search it. There's a couple, maybe.
I mean, Packers, tons of value. You can get Tyler. What is it? Tyler Kraft, Tucker Kraft, Tristan.
Tyler Croft.
I don't need.
No,
Oh,
Tyler
Is
Croft.
the
He's
tight
on
end
Miami,
who's already
bro.
behind a
He's on
rookie?
the Miami Fins, bro. No, there's a Tucker Kraft and there's a Tyler Croft. So maybe I'm mixing them up. So I apologize for mixing them up. But
I don't. I
one of them
truthfully don't know
He
either.
was a 4th round pick, I think. Musgrave was a 2nd rounder. They drafted 2 tight ends. I know
Oh, okay.
Musgrave was the early
You're right, Tucker Kraft.
4th rounder, right?
That's all right because I'm drafting
Yes.
this year's Samaje Perine right now. Here
Wow.
we go.
He's more of a
Friggin'.
blocker, though.
Is it Travion Williams or is it going to
No.
be? Oh, it's Chris Evans. Yikes!
No, I mean, it's neither. I just don't think you should invest in that backfield at all.
I think that Chris Evans has such a cool name that people subconsciously want him to become a thing more than
No,
he's going
he's
to
been
be.
around forever, though. Like
I know that's what I mean, and people have always wanted him to be a thing because he has the same name as an actor.
You should zig while they zag. You should go with like a different running back in that offense.
Yeah, Travion Williams. I've drafted a bunch of them, and then he
What-
hurt his ankle when he
what
had
about,
the
Chase
inside lead
Brown?
on the job. I haven't been drafting him, so he's a bad pick.
Wait,
So-
Audi, I'm really confused why you didn't take Gesicki.
I was wondering that too.
I needed a quarterback because both my Wait, no!
You have all
Waka
3
waka.
bye week 5s.
I know. I just noticed that. I just noticed that.
Oh,
What are the
man.
chances of
Play.
that?
Yeah,
What are the chances?
I think
of
there's only
that?
4
Oh my
teams on
God.
bye in week 5 too.
What the fuck, dude?
Oh
Because
man,
I had
Hey,
two-
Kelsey, I had Kelsey, so I was like, all right, I'll just stack Gino with Fant, and then I'll throw my Q to get Baker, because he's literally the only starting quarterback left. I need a 3rd one because my quarterbacks are great.
wow.
Wow,
It was
It's a brutal
doomed
draft.
from the start from when you took Jonathan Taylor.
I know, dude. I don't know why it took him when I had my ADP set up differently in my rankings, but
Yeah,
that's what it is.
I'm not
You're
sure.
gonna win some, you're gonna lose some, right?
So I'm
Like
sufficiently
Pierce, you're more in on the Colts than you seem to appear.
I'm
Oh, he's
sufficiently
gonna be on the
inebriated
phone.
if you guys want to do another one. Like I'm here all night.
He's
if you
into a
guys
winning
are.
organization.
Do another
Yeah.
one.
I gotta jump out, but I can happily leave the voice channel open if you guys are planning to stay.
You're good, man. I'll talk to you in a couple years then. Have a nice life, right?
Well, are you
guys
planning
wanna,
on winning the millie and then never talking to us again?
Seems like it, dude. I mean, dude, come on. We got weeknight showdown, Sunday night football. Dude, Patriots versus Finns. That's exciting, right?
Classic. It's
Even
a
though the
classic
Patriots are gonna
rivalry.
score like 5 points.
So Audi, what's your team? I'm just curious.
Dude, Finns, bro. How do you not know this?
That's why
He's
so
like
good.
he's
That
a
makes
sports
sense.
fan and he's a Boston sports fan in other sports though. So it
Yeah,
doesn't make
Nate,
any
Yeah,
Nate,
sense.
the funny
Boston,
thing is he
everything
loves
besides
Boston sports outside of football.
I'm a huge Sox fan, so I get that. But
There you go.
you
All
know,
right. Yeah, Bruins all the way. Just
I don't
like-
follow hockey, but
You don't follow hockey, bro?
I played it for a hot minute when I was younger. But
And you don't follow. Okay. Well, I mean, maybe give up your brain for science, but other than that,
no, Tua did that. Don't worry about it. So
Ouch. Hey, he learned judo, guys. He's gonna be fine.
Yeah. He'll be fine.
So wait.
He'll be fine.
could you guys give me like 5 minutes and you guys want to jump in another millie or something?